Hi, Debbie here. And the other morning I wrecked my back out. I mean, my poor husband has always got a sore back and he can hardly stand up. Once he's straightened up, he's fine. And you try your best to empathise with these people, but if you have not experienced it yourself, you really don't know what they're going through. Anyway, yesterday morning I was quite fit and alive, and I got up and started getting on my clothes, lifted my leg in the wrong position obviously, and suddenly I had a scream of pain. There was no one here to help me, so I was able to get myself balanced and be able to walk out to somewhere where I could sort of relax a bit more, and it just got worse and worse and worse all day. Anyway, I was supposed to go for a walk. Well, I couldn't even walk up and down the steps of the bus, or let alone the corridor, let alone the our lounge area where we can walk around. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get into bed? Because that involves getting up some steps into the bed. My husband came home from work and he realised that I'd done something because I was a little bit stiff. And I thought, well, maybe I could just do the dishes. But that involves standing at the sink. And I don't mind doing dishes, but just some days, I just let them go because I think, there's only a few. And I'm too busy. I'm trying to learn a lot of things on the computer so I can pass things on to you. And it all takes time, And I run out of time sometimes. The next thing it's time for bed and I still haven't done the dishes. So I thought, well, maybe I'd better make an effort. But I was standing there trying to think about doing the dishes. So I'd got that far, and this little voice inside me said, you've got some painkillers. And I thought, I never thought about painkillers for a sore back. Who would have thought that? So I thought, yes, I'll go and find them. Because, when I had my kidney stone problem, I had to have painkillers all the time because the pain was just horrendous. Anyway, I dug them out of the wardrobe, because I have to store things in there, and took a couple and they didn't work. I took a couple more and they didn't work, so I had another two. Well, by then, I was floating away in my head, but I didn't care because that pain was only just being relieved. Anyway, I thought, well, hopefully a good night's rest will help me. Well, I put the blanket on really high, because we have electric blankets. I'm so spoiled. And I lay down on that bed, and honestly, what a relief that felt, just to be able to be off my feet and just straighten out my spine. And because the medication had given me a high, so I didn't even want to sleep then. I was tired, but I couldn't go to sleep. My mind kept going over and over again about what I had to do today when I woke up, and so I hardly slept at all. But that's all right. He goes off to work at 11, and so I was able to get up and do a few hours work before he came home. So that was all right. But the heat from the blanket, the medication, and just being able to lie flat and not have any anxiety on my body did help. Because when I got up to get my computer, I thought, I can walk. This is wonderful. And so I felt more enthusiastic about getting into my work this morning, so it was good. But of course, when you've had so many drugs the day before, when you're a person who doesn't take drugs, guess what? It plays on your mind the next day. And because naturally this morning I was only up for 2 or 3 hours and I could hardly keep my eyes open. Had to go back to bed for another half hour or so. And I lay there thinking, I'm so tired, which I did. I zoomed off into Neverland, and suddenly I was wide awake because my husband's phone was ringing, and it was only 30 minutes into my sleep. But I felt so much better. And, then I thought, well, I could lie here for another couple of hours and try and go back to sleep. And then I'm thinking, well, I've got so much work to do. I can't afford to do that. So he went off to work because they called him in because somebody didn't arrive, and we're just very handy. And that's what he has always been all these years, a temporary handyman call-in guy, And so they did it. And so off he went. So I thought, well, I'll get up. And I've managed to do quite a bit this morning. I've done a few videos and of course done a bit more tweaking on some landing pages that I'm making, etc. So I've had a good morning. Just thought I'd share that with you today. And this is Debbie Nicholson signing out, and I'm quite happy to talk to you again in another video. Thanks for watching this one.